So you need database integration with your app. You can do that very easily with Supabase. You can do the setup and connection without any effort, just using the official MCP server from Supabase. That way you can do the configuration, the connection, and even create tables and manage the entire database just using one single MCP server. And you can configure it using your favorite IDE, either Windsurf, Cursor, or VS Code. It's very easy and you're gonna see how to do it right now. Okay, to do the configuration of our Supabase MCP, we're gonna go to Supabase and we're gonna log in or create an account. And after that, we're gonna create a project. Once we have a project, we're gonna see here on top a button that says connect. We're gonna click on it, and here they added recently this MCP connection. Here they give us a URL that we can use to connect to the MCP server. And we have different configurations for different clients. We have Cursor, VS Code, and Windsurf. All of them are very similar. In this case, we're going to use Windsurf. So we have here the configuration. We're going to open now Windsurf, and we're going to open Cascade. Here on top, it says MCPs. We're going to click on the configuration button, and then it opens up for us these MCP config.json. So here we're going to copy and paste this part that says Supabase, and here it already has our project reference, so you don't need to worry about that. This is going to connect directly to our project. So we're now going to paste this. If your MCP config file is empty, you're just going to have to copy and paste everything, but since I have already some MCP servers there, I just need this Supabase key. So then you're gonna save that, and then here on MCP servers, you're gonna click refresh. Then we're gonna wait a few seconds, and then an authorization page is gonna open up for us. And here it is. This is a authorized API access page. So we're gonna go all the way to the bottom and authorize MCP CLI proxy. And then you're gonna see this authorization successful page. After that, we can go back to Windsurf, and we're gonna see here Supabase active, and it's now linked to our project. So if I take a look here in the project, the table editor, I don't have any tables right now. So what I can do is ask GPT-5, which is the model that I have selected here in Windsurf, to create some tables for me. I'm gonna tell it, I need you to create 3 tables for my blog site: an articles table, comments, and topics. And I tell it explicitly to use the Supabase MCP. Now it's doing some thinking. It's going to identify that it needs to use the Supabase MCP and the migrations tool. In this case, it's called apply migration. If we take a look at it, it says it's going to create a schema, create a table, etc. So here we have now the changes applied. It created a schema and tables in Supabase via migration: topics, articles, and comments. And if we go back to Supabase, we can see here now that the tables are created: articles, comments, and topics. And you can also ask it to modify the tables, to update, alter the tables, etc. And here now, using the model from Windsurf, you can tell it to configure the connection with Supabase, to create components, to modify the values on the tables, etc. So here, this is how you connect Supabase, and you manage and configure the tables using Supabase MCP. Okay, one last thing that I want to show you guys is the tools that we have available for Supabase. We click here on MCPs and then MCP Marketplace. We look here for Supabase, and then here it's going to show the available MCPs. Here we're going to click on it to see some documentation. Here at the bottom, we're going to see some options, and here are the feature groups. We can enable certain tools from these MCP server to access just certain feature. For example, we have account, docs, database, development, etc. And here we have for each group all the tools that we have available: database, debugging, development, etc. And to add these groups, we just have to add these features, and then the group that we want to enable in our URL connection over here in our MCP config file. We just append it, and here we add the groups that we want to have available. If you want to have all the tools available, you just avoid this and let it run. So that's how you connect the Supabase MCP server to Windsurf. It's very similar in other IDEs like Cursor or VS Code using the client extension. So that way you can have database capabilities in your app very fast and very easy. So if you like this video, please give me a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.